Soup, my name is Sini. I am a Paravaxian. My people are warriors. Every woman in the Empire is expected to learn how to fight and to be ready to answer the call to war. I, however, was an orphan. My mother died during childbirth, and due to me not being as physically tall or muscular as other Paravaxians, I was never really picked to learn under a battle sister. That, however, changed when humans integrated into the Empire. When I went out shopping, I saw humans selling wares, baked goods, food, tools. Some were even selling guns for hunting. Our orphanage was visited by a human. He was tall, and he wore a soldier's uniform. We all lined up in front of him. "Okay, so where's the runt of the litter?" he said. Everyone pointed at me. He walked towards me. "Tell me, in your culture, is it only battle sisters who would recruit from orphanages?" Our caretaker said no, actually anyone can come in and take one of them home, but only battle sisters would visit us frequently. He patted my hand and I could smell the ocean. "I'll take the runt," as I followed him out the door. I saw him sign the papers. He then looked at me. "You got a name?" I replied, "No, we are given names when we are taken under a battle sister or whoever buys us." The man shook his head. "Not good. I must name you then, Sina. It means victory in my language, as he put that as my name." I then took a long ride with him. He introduced himself as Baird. He told me that he did not buy me, he adopted me. Adoption, a human action of where they accept someone outside the family as family. The galaxy knew humans would adopt humans with no family, but now they have expanded to other races? Truly, there was a great change in the universe. You have a big brother. His name is Darius. He is my oldest. He will be happy to meet you, so behave your best and you will get along perfectly," he said as he continued to tell me about his family. His wife died giving birth to his current youngest, named Nathaniel. He also told me that Nathaniel died during the Gornet War. "I know you cannot replace what me and my son lost, but I want my family to move on. I think you'll stir things up enough for that to happen, all right, my daughter?" As I felt a sudden feeling in my heart, we arrived on Tontis. It was a frontier world. No shortage of work, but far from the front lines of war. Not what I expected. "Sina, follow me. You will love your new home," as he pulled up in his car. We drove for what seemed like countless hours, but I awoke to the smell of the sea. I rolled down my window and realized we were next to the ocean. My father looked and said, "Ha ha ha, wait till you see the house." The house was lovely. Father owned a house in the city, but he wanted to show me his personal beach. I got out the car and took off my slippers. I was always told that sand in the desert and sand near the beach felt different. I ran on the beach. It was clear of anything. It was a beautiful white. I could feel it cool my feet. I saw the house. It was made of wood and had a porch with a swing and a hammock. I saw a grill and I even saw a fishing spot just near the cliffs. On that porch must have been my new brother. Father called him over. "Darius, come meet your new little sister," as he got up and began walking towards me. Now, a Paravaxian is usually taller than a human. At best, a human male at average height would only be able to see our chest, a fact that they seem to enjoy for unknown reason. But I was short, at least for my race. But Darius, he was big. His entire body looked like a chiseled piece of Greek art, is the words I think human females would use. He smiled at me. "Hello, I'm Darius, your new big brother. Let's get along, okay?" as he patted my head. Father clapped. "Yes, this is good. Now help me unpack her stuff." That night I saw my father and brother cook in front of me. They knew Paravaxians were one of the few races with a diet most similar to humans, so they cooked me up seafood they caught the day before. I never had fish. I was always told it tasted different from meat. It was salty, but not in a way that makes you think it was preserved in salt. Darius and Father looked at me giggling as I looked at the cooked fish in front of me. I took a piece and the descriptions we were told did it no justice. The sauce was amazing. The flesh was tender and soft. I began stuffing my mouth until I accidentally bit on a fishbone. Darius showed me my room in the house. It was all for me. It had a computer, a seaside window view, a bathroom, even a little storage for snacks and another for my personal belongings. All mine and mine alone. Darius patted me and showed me around. "Bed is soft. I'm not sure if your people like soft things, being warriors and all, but you should sleep soundly. My room is just across if you need anything." I did not know what compelled me, but I hugged him tightly. He immediately patted my head and back. Welcome to the family scene, my little sister. The next day I was planning to go into the water, and my big brother was going to teach me. Father, however, grabbed me I was running naked into the water. That was the first time he scolded me. He told me, do not go naked into the water and at least wear a swimsuit. So first we went to the nearby mall to get one. Father had to get some stuff done registering me as an official citizen, so me and Darius went to the bikini shop. I do not know why, but he seemed against it. I do not know why. We are simply buying clothes. I picked out a few my size and tried them on. I looked at the mirror and thought, so this is what women wear to swim. Seems different from underwear in terms of material. But why does it look similar? Humans are weird. I asked Darius if he would like to see me trying on swimsuits. He immediately pinched my cheek, saying, no, pick one you like. I decided to pick a black one with flame decals. I showed it to Darius, who shouted at me to close the booth, as people will stare. After buying the swimsuit and a few more for good measure, we went back and finally I hit the water. I have taken baths, of course, never liked them. But something about the ocean and how my new dad worded it made me jump into it. And then I nearly drowned. Darius swam in and saved me, and I spent a week learning how to swim. Darius is a good big brother. He was patient, he was gentle, his muscles were very firm. I would love to, getting off topic. My brother is cool. He taught me how to swim quickly. Apparently, me being lighter and smaller actually helped a lot in swimming. Something sciencey, I guess. When I was able to swim near the shore, I could feel and understand why humans love the ocean. I love seeing the fish swim nearby. I remember seeing a shark-like beast. I tried to wrestle it. I successfully killed it and dragged it to shore. Dad was impressed while my brother was panicking. So some men came to our house the next day. They all dressed up like the people from the fisher's market. My dad told me to dress nicely, so I put on a tank top and short shorts, and Darius was dressed in a white shirt and shorts. Dad, however, looked like he was going to a fancy party. Gentlemen, yesterday, my daughter Sina killed this beast with her bare fists. As her father, I am proud, super proud, and I am here to sell the dead beast to the highest bid. The fisherman looked at me and waved, and then looked at my dad. Baird, you lucky son of a bitch. Also, good luck, Darius. Your little sister seems strong like you. I was sitting as bid after bid after bid was made over the beast I killed. I asked Darius why it was such a big deal. He said, you killed a black-belly gator shark. Their meat is the most sought after on this planet. I then realized that instead of the humans being super impressive, I instead super impressed on them. Neat. Back to my brother Darius. During the weeks on the beach, he would teach me a lot of things. Yoga, how to use the grill, how fix the radiator, cook, clean. Some I already knew, but somehow having someone older and being your family made the learning more fun. Weeks passed, I got about 240,000 credits in my own bank account from the beast I killed. My brother was proud of me. He told me to spend it wisely, but spend it nonetheless. Soon it came time for school. I was in the same school as my brother. Luckily, he tutored me, and he told me that the teachers were generally very nice. I never knew what school was like. I was told it was a place where you learn stuff, and then after you learn stuff, you choose what job you like. Darius was in his last 2 years before graduating and becoming a deck officer on a starship. I aimed for the same thing because it sounded cool, exploring the galaxy. On my homeworld, I was surrounded by nothing but sand and houses made from clay bricks. Now on this new world, I saw colors everywhere. I remember annoying Darius to tell me what each color was. My first day in school was rough, Darius told me. Just be yourself and you will be fine. So I copied how my brother introduced himself. And the class clapped, or their equivalent to clapping. Apparently, my brother was popular at school. A lot of girls were pining for his attention. I mean, who wouldn't? Six-pack, wonderful calves, very strong arms, and he was, oh, yeah, I could see why they liked my brother. I remember one day some men approached me. They did not look nice, and I was about to beat their skulls in quite easily. But my brother put himself in between us as they then began to pull out knives, I think pulled out pepper spray. The fight was short, a quick punch here, a kick in the nuts there, and then the police arrived. Sadly, I got sprayed in the face with pepper spray. By the goddess, it hurts. It's like 1,000 needles in my eyes. Luckily, my brother knew a home remedy to fix it. My brother did a lot for me. He helped me with my homework, my projects, even told me about some cool places I could take my friends. At home, he would always make me some hot cocoa with extra milk. He knows that I was afraid of thunder. Whenever it rolled around, I would sleep on his bed. I could feel his fingers trace down my head, and I could feel it when he kissed me goodnight. It was a few months after living with my new family that we went to the cemetery. I saw the gravestones with the names Nathaniel and Liza. I knew who they were. Darius cried quietly. My dad wept openly. I do not know why, but even though I did not know these two, I never met them, never heard their voice. I know they meant a lot to my brother and father. We had a simple meal. It was their favorites. Liza apparently loved seafood pasta, and Nathaniel only ate chicken nuggets when he was younger. I remember laying my head on my brother's shoulder at home. I held his hand as he looked at a picture of him and Nathaniel. He told me they were going to train for the football team. He told me when Nathaniel caught his first fish, his first accident on the playground, his first time cooking. Darius was strong. I saw him get me out of hairy situations, from a drug dealer approaching me to pickup artists. He helped me make friends. He was my brother, and I loved him like he was no different from my sisters back on my homeworld. I finally understand what it's like to have a human sibling. It's a pain. He doesn't understand everything about girls. As the elder sibling, he basically thought me equal to a child, no matter how big I got. I am always the baby sister, so to speak. I try to this day for him to acknowledge me as a grown-up. I am still trying. By the way I watched this anime, where an adopted sister married her brother, I am now making plans.